friends, welcome again to my YouTube channel and with a new video in the series of the details about immigration to Austria. I hope you might have seen my previous videos where I explained how to calculate your points and how to fill up the form for Visa D and job seekers visa. So in this video today I am explaining further about the skilled workers in shortage occupations, and if your degree or your expertise lie in this category, you will be able to get the visa for a lesser points. For example, in previous video I explained that the required points were 70, but here if you reach only 55 points you can get visa D and move to Austria, and skilled visa residence permit of which is also red card can be acquired from Austria for the period of 24 months. So let's start. What are the points in this video in this category of the visa? So the qualification, if you lie within these shortage occupations, then you will get 30 points, and if you have the experience, so you can claim the points for the experience of half year as well, which was not the case in previous generally highly skilled job search visa. But in this shortage occupation visa you can get point for half year experience as well. So you can have 1 point for each half year, and if you have work experience in Austria you can get 2 points for every half year. So, and German language skills, if you have A2 level of the German language then you can have 10 points. If you work with your German language and acquire B1 level then you can have the 15 points. So there can be the points for other languages like English and like French, Spanish and Bosnian. These are other common languages in Austria. So if someone has the qualification mentioned here like B1 level, then he or she can claim the points with respect to their respective language skills. So, and as far as the age points are concerned, if someone is less than 30 years of age, then he can claim 30 points. For 40 years it's like 10 points, and for 50 years it can be 5 points. So total maximum possible points can be 90 points, but 55 points are required, and anyone can assess using the similar procedure I explained in my previous video. So if you have not seen that video, you can watch on my YouTube channel and calculate your points accordingly. So the point is additional points for English language skills when English is the predominant language of the respective company. For example, some of the companies in Austria prefer their official mails and official dealings in English as well as in German. So if you are targeting that company, then you can get 5 extra points for that as well. So this is the points table. One can calculate the points based upon these details, and let me show you the shortage occupations. So there are many, this is very long list, and approximately 98 different occupations are mentioned here in the shortage occupation. For example, starting with the electrical power engineering, diploma engineer, this means diploma engineer in English. Diploma means the degree. So in Pakistan, if someone has BE, Bachelor of Engineering, or BSc Engineering, or BS Engineering, or whatever similar 4 years degree, they can fall in this first category. Engineers for agricultural machinery, the power engineers, the technicians in different fields. Like, and if you scroll down to this list is not only according to the very high-tech professions or jobs, but they require, for example, the machinists, the roofers, the blacktoppers, the laborers, and the experts working on the roads. For example, the cost accountants, the milling machinists, the ophthalmic opticians, the eye doctors are like that. So these are there are plenty of fields in which people can go to Austria. However, the most important requirement is you must have some diploma, some degree, or some certificates that are recognized by the Austrian government in order to issue you the waiver in points for that specific field. If you do not, you have only on job training and you do not possess any diploma, any certificate, any degree, so you will not be eligible for this uh, category of the visa in Austria. So, having this is a long list, so I will not go into details, but one can, because it's in English, or you can use Google Translate for this, and you can have the details of all the professions and things like that. So, going back to our initial category where we were before, which professions are deemed to be shortage occupations? I have already explained this, and now where to file the application. So, the point is, you need to file the application first in your home country, and you get visa D, which is to travel from your home country to Austria. And once you are in Austria, you get the job and you apply at respective office for your red, white, red card. Or there can be another possibility or another procedure. It depends upon how the embassy behaves, that you look for the job while sitting in your home country and then get the job offer and then apply in the embassy of Austria in your home country for visa D as well as red, white, red card. So the embassy will assess your case with the help of AMS, Arbeit Market Service, which I explained in my previous videos. And once again, if you have not seen my previous videos, you can go and watch them for further details. So Arbeit Market Service, AMS, is the department which assesses your eligibility for specific jobs and specific fields of jobs. So the embassy along with AMS assess the your scenario, your case, and then if you fulfill the requirement, embassy issues you visa D, and your red, white, red card procedure is running in parallel in Austria. And when you reach Austria on visa D, you collect your visa red, white, red card from respective office. So this is how it works. So secondly, which document to submit? So you need to submit your travel document like passport, your photo, and your health insurance, and the other documents on the basis of which you are asking for this category of visa. For example, your qualification, vocational trainings, like I mentioned earlier, the certificates, the diplomas, the degrees you already have, the work experience documents, the language skills documents. These all documents are required. And if you look into details, this list of documents is comprehensively shorter as compared to the list of the documents required for highly skilled laborers, highly skilled workers. So in this category, one needs to show lesser documents because Austria needs the workers from these professions. And then the next thing is, when will you get your red, white, red card be issued? As I already mentioned, you reach Austria and you collect your red, white, red card for the period of 24 months from within the Austria. And when will the card, a red, white, red plus card be issued. After passing 24 months in Austria on red, white, red card, this first thing, in which you do have the job for 21 months, you are then eligible for red, white, red plus card. You go to magistrate 35 office, you apply for the red, white, red plus card, and you get it for 3 more years. And how much is the fee? Fee is, as previously mentioned in my previous video as well, fee is not much. It is 120, 20 and 20. Total 160 euros per person, and you can get your family, your wife, your kids with you as well, your spouse, your kids with you as well. So, and the forms are what this is similar type of form which is called employer's declaration. So this if you have the job offer from Austria, then you need to fill up this form, and this is a kind of contract that you receive from your employer, in which term and conditions of the job and your salary and your working hours and any other benefits you get from this job, and all the details are mentioned. This is like the job contract. So this thing has to be given along with red, white, red card application, not with visa D application in fact. But this is the document that you get from your employer. And laws and provisions, for example, there are some things in German visa requirements we have already mentioned in detail above. The Settlement and Residence Acts, so these are the official legal documents. We need not to worry much about them. If someone wants to read them, they can read it, but the point is these are usual legal information. You need to fulfill these requirements I mentioned previously, not much. And if you fulfill those requirements, you already abide by these laws and requirements as well. So some important links in this are Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. For example, if you go into this page, you can have some information about the language requirements and how these are assessed and things like that. So one can read, and so how these ranking system listening at A level, A1 level, what does this mean? Listening at A2 level, what does this mean? And so anyone can get into the details by themselves, because it is not very complicated information, so it can be just read and understood. The second thing here is Austrian consular representation, means where are embassies in your country. So for example, if one clicks on it, they can, for example, I choose like Pakistan from here, in my case search, and one will get the information about the consular and Verwaltungsabteilung. So this is consular office, and the administration office. Verwaltung mean administration, Abteilung mean department. So and this is the contact number, the website address, the timing, each and everything is available here. In Islamabad, what's that? Strasse mean, this is double S in German. Strasse means street number 21, house number 7A, sector FA2, Islamabad is the address for the embassy office. And there are some office in Lahore and Karachi as well. So here are the addresses, but these offices do not take the visa related applications, so one need to go to Islamabad for such things. The next thing is the professional recognition in Austria. For example, if someone intends to go to Austria, they might need the recognition of their degree in Austria. Like, let's say, the doctors, the nurses, and such, the livestock officers, and people like that might need. But engineers, for example, do not need it. So, I would like to work in my chosen profession, for example, then you click on next. It asks you in which profession do you want to go. Let's enter here electrical engineer, for example, drive technician, electrical engineering, modular, whatever applies to you, you can choose it from here. And electrical engineer, for example, I choose, and next. And for example, these are the jobs one can do, and it is like sensor technician, circuit technician, aspect technicians, process technician, signal technicians, IC designers, blah blah. There are many things. So the next is, I want to start my own business. If you want to start there, or I want to be employed, for example, then you can click it and hit next. The recognition of professional qualification is not formally required for practicing your profession. So electrical engineering profession does not require any recognition, any equivalence in Austria. So they just demand for the attestation of your degree. And as I mentioned in my previous video, that the embassy in their home country will be attesting the documents. For example, for Pakistan, the embassy in Islamabad attests the documents through their legal representative, as the procedure I mentioned in my previous video. So one can go to that and look for further details. So contact point recognition. So there is another department in Austria. They have made where the people with the shortage professions can go and ask them for assistance, and they may assist in language related things, in finding the jobs, and many things they can offer the service. This is kind of service to facilitate the newly moved people in Austria. They might ask you to take some courses in your profession from university, from the colleges, technical colleges, and like that, so that your profession, your qualification gets improved and your job prospects may be better. So in this way, one can apply for the visa and the immigration to Austria based upon the shortage occupation things. I think this is all for today's video, and I wish you all the best of luck for your endeavors. And please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and if you have any queries, you can ask me in comments, and I will definitely respond to your queries so that you get your problems resolved and you have better opportunity to proceed. Thank you. Please spread the video so that other people can also get benefit from him. Thank you and goodbye.